From Ashley Cole to Peter Cech to Oliver Giroud to William Gallas, a lot of players have played for both teams. This is the biggest London derby of our generation, Chelsea against Arsenal. And now we have new youngsters, Bukayo Saka and Cole Palmer, going head-to-head again. Let's talk tactics. Enzo Maresca has been top-notch with his tactics with Chelsea. Chelsea have progressed from Pochettino, and now Maresca is doing wonderful work with his youngsters. His team is on point, scoring goals here and there and having assists. They have goals all around the pitch. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Arsenal have been struggling lately. 2 back-to-back losses in 2 different competitions. Arsenal have been struggling with their pace and their form. But coming to the bridge, I know Arsenal have been very, very, very good against Chelsea in recent times. They have lost only once, and that was in 2021 for a very long time. So Chelsea will be looking out for these fixtures, because I think Chelsea have an opportunity to win Arsenal for a very long time, in 3 to 4 years now. So Enzo Maresca, this is going to be his first time. He's going to be facing Mikel Arteta. I call it the Pep Boys Derby. The Pep Boys Derby. They were both together with Manchester City. With Manchester City, I'm playing under Pep Guardiola, managing under Pep Guardiola, and they both understand the beautiful game together. They have different philosophies and ideas of the game, and also they have learned a thing or two from Pep Guardiola. So I call it the Pep Boys Derby. This is the first time Mikel Arteta will be meeting with Enzo Maresca in the Premier League, and for the first time he's going to be at the bridge. So Chelsea look like a team with the age, having played so well recently, and Arsenal not really doing too well. Talking tactics, we know that Arsenal have been more defensive lately and have not really been expressive. Chelsea have been so comfortable with the ball. The boys are comfortable, and Moses Caicedo has been an outstanding defensive midfielder. His games against Liverpool and Manchester United have proven that he is also a goal scorer. He can give passes for that forward pass for the striker to use. And also Arsenal main man Bukayo Saka, we saw in the game against Inter how he was being locked out. So we are hoping Chelsea's defense, maybe Cucurella or Malo Gusto could do a similar work like the Italian boys to be able to lock him out. And we are also looking at the front line. Kai Havertz have fired blanks lately, but Nicholas Jackson has been on and off, scoring and not scoring, scoring and not scoring, but he has been in a good form lately, and he has scored a couple of goals for Chelsea and against big teams too. So I pray he pops up with a very wonderful performance against Arsenal. Let's talk about Manchester City and Haaland. Manchester City and Haaland has been not really as prolific as we know them to be. They were out of this world in the first 3 games of the Premier League season. Haaland scoring back-to-back hat-tricks, but lately he has been blanked. He has blanked, and in games we expected them to perform. Games against Southampton, we expected Manchester City to come out in with 3 goals or 4 goals up, but it was just a single goal win. And we saw how Bournemouth were able to handle them in their recent games, and now they are playing against a Brighton side who is very young and talented and expressive. They are not shy to make their mistakes and moves, and they are very good with their ball possession. Their movement around the 18-yard and the midfield has been very good. This is Danny Welbeck reincarnated. He has scored 6 goals in this Premier League season. He is one of the top strikers in this Premier League season, and he has been on top form recently. So we are looking out to see. We don't know what is wrong with Manchester City. Is it injuries? But there are players coming back from injury, or is it could we say it's fatigue on the side of the players who have played too many games in the calendar year? Maybe. So Manchester City have not really been flying. Erling Haaland's form has dropped. He is one of the most transferred out player in this FPL game week 11, and people have managers who have been patient for the last 10 weeks hoping that Haaland will pick up his form. We are not disputing his class. We know what he can do on the pitch, but then everyone needs an FPL point, so that's why I feel a lot of managers have transferred him out. Who is your surprise package of the season? What team has really impressed you this Premier League season? What team were you hoping will do well that hasn't? What team has really surprised you? For me, my surprise package will be Nottingham Forest. Espirito Santo's Nottingham Forest have been very impressive. Chris Wood has been one of the highest goal scorers, and Nuno Espirito Santos and Chris Wood were voted Premier League Player and Manager of the month of October. That shows you that they have been doing a great and wonderful work. This weekend they will be playing against the outside Newcastle United. So I want to ask you, which team has been your surprise package for the season? Which team has impressed you? Not really with points. Sometimes maybe it might be their style of play, their possession football, their striking pattern, their defensive football. Which team has been a surprise package for you? I want to see you on the comment section. Tell me which team has been a surprise package for you this season. This is the FPL Deadline Show. I'm here to update you on your FPL teams. Now let's talk about game week 11. Game week 11 is upon us now. Who is the best captain, the best defender to bring in? Who is the best substitute? What chip are you using? Are you going to be using your triple captain? Are you going to be using your bench boost? Or have you already used all your chips? Now for game week 11, Mo Salah is likely going to be one of the best players to captain, because that is the most transferred in player. And also there is Solanke from Tottenham against Ipswich. There is also Chris Wood who's playing against Newcastle United too. But then there is another way to gamble. Have you thought of Bruno Fernandes this weekend? Manchester United have been rejuvenating this period with Ruud van Nistelrooy at the end of the affairs. They have seemed to find their mojo back. They are good in what they're doing. They are very confident in their style of play. I think Bruno Fernandes or Garnacho will also be a good buy for your FPL team. But meanwhile, let's see what your FPL team looks like this game week 11. Let's see the changes that you've made. Let's see the captain that you have chosen. Let's see one of the chips that you've used. In whatever you are doing this week, make sure that you have set your FPL team, because the deadline is upon us very soon. Deadline this week is 2:30 Nigerian time.